Hey everyone, it is Donna here with Pink and Mane. I am really excited, nervous and excited that fall is already around the corner. Walking my dog, I have already seen the trees changing here in Minnesota and leaves, believe it or not, on the sidewalk. So that went fast, but I am always excited for fall. It's just beautiful. So thank you for joining me. If you're watching live, most of you will be watching the replay, so let me know where you're watching from. Facebook, YouTube, welcome. And let me know, not if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, but where you're watching from at home. Also, if you have gotten some of these items, I would love to hear from you, your opinions, if you've played with them yet, if you've had time. I am going to be ambitious and I'm going to try to bust out 3 cards. I think that's the coolest thing about foiling is it goes pretty fast. So you can actually whip out some beautiful cards pretty quickly. Hello, Olga. Thanks for joining me. And, I know I've said this before, but, for me, I think I spent about 2 years deciding whether or not I should get into foil. Hi, Sandra. Or Sandra, sorry. So, when I dove in, I knew exactly how it was going to go. I knew that I was going to be obsessed, and it's 100% one of my new favorite things to do. So if you haven't tried it yet, I definitely recommend. I'm assuming you're here watching Pink and Mane to get more information about it. If you haven't foiled, I would love to hear from you. Let me know what's the holdup. Are you like me where you're going, oh my gosh, is this really something else I need to start diving into? Well, let me tell you this. Every time I go to the post office or the drugstore or anything, all of those cards have some little element of foil on it. It's crazy. Watch. Go check it out and you will see everything has a bit of foil on it. So it just adds a little extra bit of elegance. And then if you find something here tonight you want to go pick up over at pinkandmane.com, you can use code DEMODONNA and that will let them know that I sent you there and sent you shopping. Also, feel free to comment if you have any questions during the live. I don't tend to read all of the questions because I get a little too distracted and want to just hang out with you guys, so I'm going to stay focused. And then after the live's over, I will go and read everything and answer. If for some reason a few days go by and I didn't answer a question of yours, you can always reach out to myself or you can reach out to Pink and Mane, and they are very helpful on getting everything figured out. All right, let's get rid of my giant face. Bye. And go over to my table. There we go. To play with these goodies tonight. And I will give you a rundown on all of the items that I am going to be using. And we are going to start with this one here. So a few of the things that I am featuring tonight, if you've probably already noticed, is the 2 new die sets. And here they are. And it's thin flag banner dies and thick flag banner dies. And here are these bad boys. And the funny thing is, probably like you, I have a lot of dies, a lot of nesting dies. I have skinny versions of these, thicker versions of these, but I don't have any nesting. So really cool going all the way from an A2 size down to a nice little great size to stamp like a little thank you or a little heart on it with both of these. So I was very excited when I saw these. Very excited to be adding some more layering dies to my collection. And the first thing I'm going to do is create a shaped card with you. So if a shaped card's pretty basic, so if you have a large die and you want to create your own card with it, you just have to make sure you have your folded A2 card, and then I'm going to take my die here. So like I said, this is an A2 size. So look at that. So that's an A2 card, and that pretty much fits perfectly on it. So in order to create your, oh good, I was like, do I have any? I always tape pieces of washi tape hanging from my table. Very classy. No gum under the table, just washi tape. So when you are creating your shaped card just like this, all you have to do is take that die and just make sure that the cut line is above the fold line. So right here obviously is that cut line, the solid line, and then I'm just making sure my fold line is under it. And a little trick I do when I'm doing that is I take my washi tape and I simply stick it on my die. So I'm sticking it on the non-cutting side. I'm going to set down my A2 card, and then I just flap those little guys over. There we go. And this one too, of course I'm moving it as I'm talking to you, and it's much easier when it's sitting on the table, but I like to challenge myself and hover things in the air. Oh my goodness. I'm putting it on the table. Gravity wins. Okay. There we go. It makes life a little easier. Okay. Cut line. This is what you would be doing at home. You would not be floating it in the air. And then fold these over. And this is a removable tape, or you can use your washi tape. And then I'm going to run this through my die cut machine. Okay, then you're going to pull out your now card base. What I did with this one here to just take it one step further is then I grabbed, I'm obsessed with this. I think I've used this in now 3 or 4 videos. I feel like I've used it a lot. Maybe I've just used it in 2, but I absolutely love it. It's the brick embossing folder. And then what I did here, first of all, I love that there's a colored section, because just so you could see, for instance, lining it up on the colored section, you can really see where the embossing folder starts and stops. So for instance, that's a lot easier to see that I'm right there in the right spot, versus if it wasn't, it's a little harder to judge. You can still figure it out, but I'm just saying that's a nice little benefit and feature to these Pink and Main embossing folders. So I'm just going to open that. As you can see, my card's already embossed, but just fold that through. Run that through your die cut machine with your embossing sandwich. So just make sure you're following the directions there. And I have a die cut machine that I have set up just for my embossing folders, which I know is funny. It's like my giant big shot, and that's what I use. And then the rest of the time now I use my Empress, but I'm not sending this through my Empress. So that's why I do it ahead of time. So just look at how beautiful that is. And we are going to take this a step further, but I am going to decorate this last. So this is kind of going to be my first card, but we are going to assemble it last. All right, so I mentioned the dies. I am also using the new paper, which is the Hello Fall pattern paper. And these are fabulous because they are 8.5 by 5. So you get a nice big sheet. You can cut them in half. You can cut them long ways. You can use these in your slim lines and your larger 5 by 5 cards. So this is nice. It's also, sometimes, you know, those 6 by 6 pads, you don't actually, you know, you have to double them up because you need something a little bit longer. So this is nice that it's a full half sheet. And then what I love, and I mentioned this on the last live, is they are just printed on one side. So that's nice too, because like I mentioned before, I always feel bad for the paper on the other side, because usually the way it works is the one that I picked is my first favorite and the one on the back is my second favorite. So this way you don't have to pick favorites. So that works out great for all of us. I'm also going to be using the new tinsel orange foil tonight. I'm super excited. And I'm going to be playing with the gold tinsel as well and the green. So that'll be lots of fun. Of course, we are going to be using these bad boys. And that is I have all of my things stacked on my little chair here. Am I getting closer? Here it is. Woohoo! It is the Fall Leaves Foilable Cut-Ups. Raise your hand. Have you tried the cut-ups yet? Because let me tell you, these are game changers. And not only are these fall ones adorable, but there's also, I'll be able to speak. By the time the live's over, I'll be able to put together a full sentence. I just know it. Okay, so this is the Fall Leaves cut up, which is great. There are wreaths. There's a beautiful large pumpkin. There are a ton of leaves, some great little fall sayings. But I also want to make sure when you load these into your basket, you check out the Halloween ones as well, because that is very exciting. And I will absolutely be playing with those soon as well. And I have a student, also a Pink and Main customer, that grabs her foilable cut-ups and foils all of them at the same time. And I think that's just brilliant. So I definitely recommend doing something like that. Okay, I've got my little machine. I am going to pull it. We are going to do all of our foiling, and then we are going to assemble our 3 cards together. So I'm doing it a little differently tonight. I'm going to grab, and I have nothing pre-cut. All right, sorry. My dog likes to open my door. You know how it is. I should have said, please hold. Okay, so I'm going to take my orange tinsel. I'm going to cut out a bit there. And I am going to grab the things that I want orange. So I am absolutely going to be using this pumpkin. We are going to be using our, this is the foil dusting brush. I wrote down the name this time, so therefore you can find these things. So I'm going to give it a good wipe. I definitely have glitter. I was playing with the new embossing powders. So there's absolutely going to be glitter dust or regular dust on my table for sure. Okay, I'm going to take my orange pumpkin. Do you especially want to wipe these guys off? Because they cut them all. So there's little, I can even see it, little pieces of paper stuck to them. So if you just give them a little extra love, wipe that down. And I'm going to do, if I can open this, there we go. I'm going to do my pumpkin. We're going to load this page up. So I've got my pumpkin going. I'm going to grab that little leaf. I'm going to do a Hello Fall. I think I'm going to do, no, I'm going to not do anything on that one. Maybe we'll do this one here. And then we'll grab a couple other ones just because I can. Ooh, maybe we'll do an Autumn's Greetings. Okay. Open that guy back up. There we go. I've turned on my machine. I put it up to 3. And basically I'm just copying the experts. So they put theirs on 3. It works for them. So I'm going to do what they do. Okay, I'm going to grab a few more leaves on here. You can never have too many leaves. And there are such cute open designs, closed designs. And even just adding, let's say you're in a rush and you do a quick card and you just want to add, this isn't like, it's so funny that I've got these so spaced out because they really don't have to be. Okay, here is our beautiful orange tinsel foil. You just want to make sure There you go. You just want to make sure none of your toner is touching this sheet here. It will stick to the sheet. So that is definitely not something you want to do. I do recommend scooping up an extra packet of these sheets, these folders. If you go into the foil section over at Pink and Main, you will find an extra pack. And that is very helpful, especially when you're like me, and I know you are. I know we all have it in us, where you set this clear folder down and you can't find it. So if you're in a rush and then you just need to go break open your package and grab a new one so you don't lose it, it helps to have backup. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside and let it cool. And in the meantime, we are going to load up the next pieces of foil that we are going to use. And I'm going to use my gold. I cut up a big one because I actually was going to do a background. So I'm going to give that a good wipe. I'm going to give this a good wipe. We are going to place that down in there. And I might not have enough room for anything else. I'm not going to push it. So we are going to grab this guy. And if you've watched our other lives with Michelle and with Caitlin, they are a little more neat. I am definitely a crafty crafter. They're more like scrapbooky crafters, where they're clean, neat and tidy. I like to just bust it out. I know sometimes it's not going to be perfect, but I'm okay with that. I don't have patience. They seem more patient. Maybe that's a better way to put it. They're definitely more patient crafters, creators, which requires a skill that I don't have. Patience. One day I'll get it. you know how it goes. Okay, while that's going through, so I did gold again because I wanted to do thank you. I want to do hello autumn in gold. And then because I've got all this space left over, I am going to grab, I'm just going to load up more of my words, some of my leaves. That's popped out, so we will let that cool down. But see, if you just grab one of these little cutout kits, and then it wouldn't even take a full hour to go through a whole package of these and do the whole thing. If Karen's watching, I know you've done your whole packs before. Maybe she's not watching live, or maybe someone watching has done their whole foilable cutouts in one session. How long does it take you? Okay, there's my gold. Again, you just want to make sure all of your pieces are on the foil. Nothing's touching your nice little clear folder, or it won't stay clear. Okay, last but not least, we are going to do our green. And this is tinsel green. And I'm going to grab that. Cut a big piece. All right, you guys, what is your favorite season? Who is a fall girl? Not a fall guy. A fall girl like me. Or a fall guy. But yeah, fall is my favorite. It's way too fast. That's the only problem. Fall is like 5 minutes, especially in Minnesota. Winter is like, 7 months. And then fall, I feel like it's over in a week. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to take my last one, my green, wipe off any dust, glitter, dog hair, cat hair, your own hair. Okay, I'm going to even use that little center. And I am going to grab some more leaves here. Ooh, I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to do There's a lot of stuff. But, you know, the fact that I have thrown so many things in here, my little pile over here is winding down. One more. I think I'm going to do I'm never good at these kind of decisions. Oh, we'll do a thinking of you in green. Okay, drop that down. Again, there, you saw like speedy foiling with Demo Donna tonight. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna do one more. Let me get this through. And it's something that I always put aside and I say I'm gonna do, and I usually don't. So I am gonna use the negative tonight as well. And I am using the white foilable, the white toner sheets. And I'm gonna tell you a very important trick about the white toner sheets. All right, so I'm gonna be using the white toner sheet with this one here. Let's first get that guy out, let him cool down. Okay, so this was my background, and now that that's cooled, it's so fun. Isn't it just a fun experience to peel these off? Whose favorite part is peeling off that foil? And that just turned out gorgeous. All right, so that's gonna be the background for one of my cards. And now I'm gonna take my white toner sheet, and this is why the toner sheets are awesome, because you can now run your foil through with this, then use your die cut. So that's what we're gonna do with this next piece here. Here is an important little fine print. Has anyone purchased the white toner sheets and noticed this little fine print here? It's very important. It says the printed side is facing up in this package. So I'm going to tell you guys a little trick that I did. I'm going to pull this guy out, and this is a half of a sheet, but I'm showing you I did pencil scratches on the back. So I basically took my piece out, flipped it over, and scribbled pencil marks on the back here. So I know, I hope you guys can see that. There you go. It's just light little pencil scratches. So I know that this is the back and this is the front. And let me tell you, learning this the hard way is not fun. I 100% have run one of my white toner sheets upside down. And I'm just hoping I put these back in the package before I realized it the right way. So we'll find out. So here's my toner sheet. Here are my pencil scratches. The glare is so bad I don't even think you, oh, there we go. There, now you guys can see them. Pencil scratches, toner sheet. I'm gonna wipe that down. I'm gonna lay that beautiful, and I cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. So that is the size of this. Take my little folder here, and this is the last piece that we will be foiling this evening. Run that through. Again, just make sure your toner sheet is fully covered by your foil. Everyone, I hope you're crossing your fingers that I put these packages the right way. Let's see, are the foil gods with me tonight? Only time will tell. All right, while that is going through, we are gonna do another reveal here. We're gonna do our orange ones. And I am going to move these guys now, since we're done with our foil. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, we did it the right way. I'm gonna turn my machine off now. Set it right down there on the floor. Okay, time for our orange ones. This is the new foil. It's so beautiful. Look at that pumpkin. Gorgeous. Some leaves. Oh, so pretty. So we've now got those guys. And remember, you can use this as well. Take your toner foil, the white sheet, put this down, or you could take one of your beautiful colored sheets. There's so many different options. It is crazy. Okay, next I'm going to do my gold one. So pretty. Grateful. I've got my thank you, my hello autumn. Look at, and we really just did these in seconds. I'm a little wreath obsessed, so I just love these wreaths. I could buy a whole kit of foilable, a whole pack of foilable wreaths. Here's some more leaves. All right, so last but not least, our white toner sheet. And look at that. Phew. I did put it back in the package the correct way. So I am just going to go ahead and peel that up. So now I have the sheet that came, the toner sheet with the printed, and then the reverse. Now this set also does come with the printed and the reverse. Oh, here it is. And the set that I am using is one of the new releases, and this is Leafy Branches. And I just thought that would be a nice background to some of my fall, my beautiful fall. Oh, sorry, these are just so pretty. The foil is gorgeous. I'm not crazy. Who's with me? Come on. Okay, now that we have, well, you know, why don't we go ahead and assemble these two? Then we'll work on this one, our special one that I talked about. And that is going to be with our wreath and our thank you. And we'll throw some other goodies on that shortly. Okay, I am going to start with this guy here. And I'm going to take my background here. As you can see, most of my students know my tricks. I don't like to waste big giant pieces of paper like this, so I usually will cut something out of the center, especially if I'm using a nice cardstock like this one here. And this one is Coffee Shop. I'm also using Brownstone as well as Riverwalk tonight. So those are the decorative cardstocks available at Pink and Main. So now I'm going to take my beautiful foiled background, and since I have my center cut out, I am going to go ahead. Oh, I got lucky there too, since I didn't check my glue before the class. Before the live, you just never know, you know? You never know if your glue is going to work for you or not. All right, so I am going to center that, maybe. Nice and pretty. That coffee shop paper with your fall colors is going to be so fun. All right, next for this one, this is just going to be my pumpkin one. I am going to take just 2 simple banners. Am I doing my pumpkin one? Yes. 2 simple banners. So we are going to glue those. And I'm going to glue one down and I'm going to pop the other one up. So we are just going to add a little bit of our wet glue. And I'm going to still give a little bit of a frame. There we go, to break up the brown. And then we're going to take this guy, and I'm going to use my double-sided foam and my giant scissors I have moved somewhere. Typical. So I'm just going to go 1 and 2. There I am counting again. All right, peel those off. The backing. Now it's nice to save these Sometimes, if you're going to want to cut your foam in half, you could stick it on the backing that you removed and cut it in half so you don't get any of that adhesive on your scissors. So that's a fun little trick. All right, I am now going to layer this guy on. And again, these are from the new awesome banners. All right, we are going to take our pumpkin, and I'm going to do a few things to my little pumpkin. I'm first going to put my little lid back on my glue so it still loves me. I'm going to take my crocodile. I'm going to grab my little hole punch here, and I am going to do 2 hole punches, one here and one here. It helps if you get rid of the little piece so you know where you're punching. If you have a little hole puncher, that will work too. So I just did 2 little hole punches on my pumpkin. And I think I'm going to do one on my leaf too. We'll see. And I am going to grab the golden twine. And before I thread that, I actually did want to make my top of my pumpkin brown. So that means I need to locate the brown pin that I brought over to use. But, oh, here it is. I'm like, but I might be out of luck. All right, here it is. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to color in my little pumpkin top. At first I was going to try to kind of play with the foil and do another color, but I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. So there, I just colored that in. I was going to use a different marker, but all of my markers from the trade show days are pretty much dried up. I've got a few that still love me. Okay, so I'm going to trim there. I'm going to add this guy. It helps if you twist it up. Once you cut them, sometimes they go crazy. Okay, my family loves talking very loud to each other when I'm on my lives. So we get to listen to that fun. All right, I'm going to tie a little bow. I just do the 2 little loops. Do that in. You can also just tie it. You can also just tie a little tie. You don't even have to do a bow, but you can just do a little knot. But I just wanted to add some cute little twine to my pumpkin. And we are going to pop that up too. So it's nice that this is a thinner foam. I believe it's like 1/8 of an inch thickness, because you can layer these for a really fun added dimension to your card. So cute. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and pop my pumpkin on there. And last but not least, I am going to add a leaf. I don't remember which one I wanted, so I think we're going to go, I do now, I do remember, but I don't see it. Maybe I didn't put it on. We're just going to do that guy then. Cute. Works for me. Maybe we'll do it on this side. Yes, it definitely needs to be on that side, everybody. Add a little glue. Throw my little leaf on there. I don't even think I'm going to do a saying for this one. I think I'm just going to have my little pumpkin, and that is card number 1. Yes, I will be adding some sticky gems. These are the Happy Hello sticky gems, and I am going to just probably do, nope, I changed my mind on that green. It's a little too bright. I'm going to go orange. 1, 2, and 3. And that card, my friends, is done. Card number 1. We did 1 card. Phew. Okay, for this guy here, we are going to give them a little die cut. So I'm going to go back to my thick flag dies. I'm going to take this guy out, and I am going to grab my mat. I am going to lay that down there. I told you I was very ambitious tonight. We're die cutting. We are embossing, foiling. We're doing it all. I've seen some of you posting all of your good finds or all of your new products, the fall products and Halloween that you picked up from this month's release at Pink and Main. So excited to see what you guys all create with them. Okay, so there is my beautiful background here, and I'm going to kind of I'm just going to do the same theme with this, with going a sideways banner, but maybe we'll do this. We'll do 2 cards this way. That's fine. I changed my mind. So we will go this way. So I love to see what you guys all create because everyone has such different ideas and creative minds. So thanks for sharing with me. It's the moral of my story here. Okay, I'm going to lay that guy down. And then I changed my mind on that one. It's a little too busy. So I think I'm going to go a layering of the brown. And then the orange. Oh yeah, now I remember why I wanted it this way. All right. So we're going to do the brown again. This time we'll go center. I love adding a hint of blue into fall cards. So pretty. Ooh, even with red. We went to the apple orchard today. That is how fall it is here in Minnesota. The apple orchard is open, everybody. That is a big deal. Okay, so here is just my simple little background. And then I am going to take, I think I'm going to do a, maybe we'll do this. Autumn greetings right there. I like it. Okay. And remember I told you guys, if you want to cut your double-sided foam in half, just save some of your backing. And I'm going to put the backing right back on it, just like that. And now I could just simply take it, and look how easy that is, cut in half. Your scissors do not get sticky. And now I have nice, thin pieces of foam. Yay! And I'm going to do one there. I'm going to do one here. I think that'll work. Pop that off. I'm going to grab a little, I think we're going to go right there. And then I am just going to add a couple fall leaves. That should work for me. Add a little bit more gold. And I'm going to pop this green one up. There we go. I mean, you could bust out so many quick cards with these guys. I'm going to go to the sticky gems. I'm using the gold sticky gems. This is from this month's Crafty Courtyard kit, and then as well an open release. So these are available solo. Again, if you do any shopping tonight and you're inspired by tonight's live, feel free to use code DEMODonna so Pink and Main knows I sent you. Okay, card number 1. Card number 2. We're going for card number 3.
And I think I'm in love with card number 1 and number 2. I don't know if I love my card number 3, so we'll see. We might have to mix it up. Okay, we are going to be showing you the new embossing powder. I love embossing powders. I especially love embossing powders with glitter in them. So the new Tiger Lily is gorgeous. I'm grabbing the other new one because this is also gorgeous. There are 3 new embossing powders this month. And Tiger Lily is a solid opaque orange embossing powder with orange glitter. So here I was playing with if I wanted to do white or if I wanted to do the brownstone. So here it is on the brownstone, but look at how beautiful that embossing powder is. Love it. So we will be using that. But I also wanted to show you the black cherry. So this is totally a cherry color with like an iridescent silvery opaque glitter in it. And then last but not least, we have magic crystal, everybody. Look at that. That is going to be so fun on your Halloween card. So that is an opaque purple embossing powder with an opaque glitter, purple glitter in it. Very pretty. And yes, we will be playing with that on our Halloween cards. All right, I am going to take, this is a really fun and simple technique. I know I already did this, but I wanted this on my card tonight. And I'm just going to take my Versamark. So you do need an embossing ink. This is a clear embossing ink, which is great if you're working with clear or semi-transparent embossing powders. And I am just kind of rubbing it over the top of my embossed paper there, grabbing that Tiger Lily and just sprinkling all around. The cool thing too about embossing powder is if you miss a spot, you just heat set it and go over it again. Or if you want less embossing powder somewhere, you can just take a dry brush and wipe it off. So a lot of flexibility before you heat it. Okay, have I done enough? Oh yeah, this is what I'm doing. See, I need more embossing powder there, but I didn't put enough ink. So that's going to be a problem. I probably could wipe up some of that, but I'm okay with it. I like it. All right, I know I'm going to freak everyone out. I'm going to heat set this, and I still have embossing powder everywhere. I am aiming my heat tool away. And if you've never embossed before, you just want to make sure it's going from grainy to shiny. And this also is permanently adhering all of that glitter into the powder, so you're not going to have loose glitter on your card, which is nice. And now you know why I saved this till last, because I did not want my foil pieces and my toners to actually get embossing powder on it, or glitter. Although it's kind of impossible. It's definitely an impossible thing in my house. All right. I remember when I was working with so much glitter, I actually had it in my steering wheel. Am I the only one? Anyone else out there with a glittery steering wheel and it was not purchased that way? Okay. I am now just making sure everything has been heated. I'm happy. Okay, and I'm just gonna go touch up this spot here. Before I do that, I'm gonna take my cleanup brush and just wipe off any loose glitter. Grab my Versamark again, throw the lid across the table, and I'm just gonna do a little wipe. Make sure I hit that spot. And then heat that up, and we're good. This is going to look so cute on pumpkins and leaves and things. for the fall and your Halloween cards. Okay, or just even like little tags. It's so fun to make little treat tags. Obviously not for all your trick-or-treaters, but if you've got a couple grandkids or some neighborhood kids and you put away something a little special for them. We always did that in our last neighborhood. You know, a couple of the friendly neighbors that we knew, we would always have an extra special little treat for them. I blew a lot of glitter across my table, so just ignore that. We are going to just scooch that here for now, but I can put that into my jar. Okay, so this is my card. Remember, this is our, I know that was a long time ago now. Almost an hour, such a long time. Woo, who remembers what we were doing? Okay, I'm gonna grab my tag here, and again, this is from the new paper released this month, printed in-house. It's kind of a semi-gloss, which is great too. And I'm gonna add that right on top there. And because I'm gluing to a slicker surface with my embossing powder, I'm gonna wanna apply a little bit of extra pressure. If it was just paper on paper, the glue pretty much sticks instantly. But when you have a different surface, you wanna give it a little extra time. So now I've got my leaves and my brick background. And okay, I was gonna do my wreath. I have a very busy card. It's funny because this started out as my first one and it was my total favorite. I think we gotta go orange, but I like my other ones better. They're winning. I might just ditch that and go with, ooh, something like that. Yeah, the green's a little distracting. We'll have to make it. All right, there we go. How about that? We're happy. Okay, grab my foam again, on the foam again. Couple snips. We are gonna do these little guys. I love acorns. These squirrels are very busy right now. There are acorns all over the streets, which is pretty funny. I think I'm gonna go up here. And then I'm gonna do a happy fall. You could see my brain is still trying to put something together. We are gonna do that. If I share a photo on the page and it's slightly different, don't mind me. I might add another paper underneath there. Okay, we are gonna add some bling. That always makes things more exciting. You know what would be really cute is maybe if I color that guy in up there. That might do it for me. Something, it needs some help. We'll just push that, right over there. Never to be heard from again. But as long as you got to see how gorgeous the new embossing powder was. All right, you guys, we had fall foil fun, I would have to say. That's the most foiling I've ever done in a live, so that was very exciting. We created 3 cards. I say 2 thumbs up, and 1 was like a meh, but I'll play with it. You'll see. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining me. Hopefully you were inspired tonight or found some new items that you want to give a try. Head on over to pinkandmain.com and use code DEMODonna to do your shopping tonight. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.